So today we're going to be making some banana bread muffins. So I thought I'd kind of walk you through what I do as a blind person and how I cook. So, these here are my gadgets, everything's set out as you can probably see, so I'm not going to bore you and go through it all. But the main thing I wanted to show you was the talking scales. So I'm going to measure out 200 grams of plain flour and 150 grams of caster sugar, just to give you an idea of like how it measures.
Zero. 10 grams. 70 grams. 110 grams. 125 grams. 225 grams.
Right? No. Too much. 225.
225 grams.
Okay. How do I get rid of it? I'll put some in the bowl, I guess.
Five grams. 195 grams. 200 grams.
Yay! So get that out of the way. So that's 200 grams of the plain flour. Crap. And where should I put this stuff in? Oh, sorry. And 150 grams of caster sugar, which I'm not even sure that will be here.
Zero. 10 grams. 15 grams. 25 grams. 35 grams. 40 grams. 50 grams. 110 grams. 115 grams. 140 grams. 160 grams.
Woo! Got our eventually. And then
155.
yes, so that's the plain flour and the sugar, and then I've got to add a half teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of baking powder. So this is the salt. Measures it exactly, so it makes my life a lot easier. The baking powder. Alright, so then after that, all I've got to do is mix it in, and then I've got to mush the bananas and then combine it all together, and I will be back with you after I mush the bananas because no one wants to see me doing that. I actually made a mistake. You're not meant to put the sugar in with the flour. You're meant to put it in with the eggs, the banana that's all smashed, whatever you want to call it, and the melted butter. So what we've done now, just for time, is I've melted the butter, I've put in the eggs, put in the banana, done all that, about to combine it all, and then I'll sieve in the rest of the concoction from earlier, and we shall hope for the best. So now I'm just pouring the melted butter in. Oh look, sizzling inside. And then just put the whole Right, and then you just mix it all together. Of course, as I said, you need to do this with the sugar so it combines it all, but I am quite sure we'll be alright to sieve it in and see how we go. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do now. If I remember where I put the sieve, here. Right, sieve and top of the scales. You probably can't see this, but I am sieving it all into the bowl. So you fold it in, so you put some in and basically you mix it, combine it together, which is what I'm doing now. Yeah. So in here is the smashed banana, eggs, the flour, the caster sugar, the bicarbonate of soda and the salt. So basically you're just combining it all to make a thick mixture. If you're making banana bread, then you'd put it into a loaf tin, but we've decided today that we're going to make banana bread cupcakes. So what I'm going to do is obviously add a bit more, keep folding it in, and then I'm actually going to add some chocolate drops just to give it a bit more flavour, make it look a bit pretty, I guess. I don't really do decorative things, so that'll be it. All folded, we've added milk and white chocolate drops. I'm going to spoon it into the cases. I'm going to use a spoon because obviously it'll make enough mess as it is, so I'll try and give myself... No, that's not going to work. We'll try anyway, hey? Isn't it quite petite? I didn't actually realise how small these are. But we got these off Amazon. And we shall see how they fare. So we're just finishing off, putting the bit into the last cupcake. Gas mark 4, and you'll want to put them in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes or until they lightly spring back at the touch of your finger. So we'll let you know how it goes on, and if we've made, well, I've made a right fool of myself thinking I can bake. The chef, but I'm glad to say that even though I did some of the steps wrong, they seem to come out great. So for those of you that can't see, there's 12 cupcakes with silicone cupcake holders, and it's just banana bread, but we've made them into little cupcakes for us to hand out to our neighbours.